up, YouTube? This is your boy, Dabs Cards. Today on my channel, we're going to be doing some Sword Soul test hands. What? Insane! So let's dab into these test hands. Alright, first test hand we're going to get into. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo-hoo! Alright, so what I would do first is I would, since we control no effect monsters, we can go ahead and special summon Hidhara. So special summon Hidhara. Go ahead and link off Hidhara, our Monk of the Tinny. We can use our Vessel of the Dragon cycle to send a Tinny from our deck to the graveyard. And since we control a non-effect monster, we can add one from our deck to our hand as well. It's insane. So we're gonna go ahead and send the Ashuna. That way we can get the special summon off of it. And since we control a non-effect monster, we can go ahead and add the Vishuddha. Now Vishuddha, since we control no effect monsters, we can go ahead and special summon him. And then Ashuna's effect, we're gonna go ahead and lock ourselves into Worms by banishing him. Special summon Hidhara straight from the deck. Now we are locked into Worms, unfortunately, so no Baron this turn and no spell and trap negates. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and synchro into our Grandmaster, Sword Soul Grandmaster Xingqiao. On summon, he's gonna go ahead and get us a Sword Soul card. If you want to search Blackout, search Blackout. Otherwise, I'm gonna go for Long Yang to give us another monster aboard. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and normal summon the Incredible Ecclesia. She has a quick effect during the main phase. She could tag out for Moye. Now Moye on summon, we can go ahead and special summon a token. Well, we have to reveal Long Yang, then we can summon a token. And then from here, we can go ahead and synchro again. We're going to synchro into the Draco Berserker since we're locked into Worms. This guy has a quick effect. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish it. It's insane. And this one's a quick effect of Fake Baylor. Moye, when it's sent to the graveyard to synchro material, we can go ahead and draw a card. So let's draw a card. Banish Hidhara and add Ashuna back from the banish zone. Anyways, Long Yang's effect, we can special summon him from hand by ditching one of these. So let's go ahead and ditch. Special summon Long Yang and the token. Now we can synchro summon into a level 10. We can go into this guy if you want to go into this guy. He's a level 10. He gets pretty big, pretty fast, and he can make your opponent's monsters weak, help you OTK. But what I'm going to go into is the other Long Yang, the Oxing Long Yang. So this card's pretty insane. When your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can banish one of those monsters, and if you do, inflict 1,200 damage. Crazy. Also, a quick effect, if your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or effect, you can banish that card, and if you do, inflict 1,200 damage. You can use both of those effects per turn. It's insane. Also, on your turn, if you synchro summon another Worm monster while this card is face up on the field, you can draw a card. So it's not bad. And it's pretty big. Know what I'm saying? And then from here, you still got your Infinite Impermanence. So go ahead and set that. If you want, you can go ahead and activate your pot. Because of that other card I was showing you, he gets pretty big, pretty fast based on what's banished. So let's banish 10 and see what we draw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. And yeah, so we still got 3 cards in hand and a big board. Second test hand here. Let's see what we can get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, looks like we got Skullmeister. So we already got a form of interruption. Vessel for the Dragon cycle, Tinny, Vicious, and Hidhara. So it looks like we're gonna do kind of almost the same shenanigans as last time. So let's start with Shatana. If you control no effect monsters, you go ahead and special summon. So we're gonna go ahead and link off into our Monk of the Tinny. And since we can control no effect monsters still, we can special summon Idhara. That way we got a tuner aboard. We can go ahead and activate Vessel of the Dragon Cycle and send the Ashuna. That way we can get a special summon off of it. And we could also add to our hand a other Tinny. So let's go ahead and add the Vishuddha. Cool. And then from here we can go ahead and normal summon the Yugioh. Yugioh's tag out effect go into Moye. Okay, so Moye on special summon. We can go ahead and reveal the Vishuddha that we just added to our hand. Special summon token. And then we will go ahead and synchro summon into Grandmaster Shenshao. Now on summon, this will be chain 1, Moye chain 2. That way we can chain block against Ash. So chain 2, draw a random card. Chain 1, we will go for our Long Yawn. Long Yawn effect, we can go ahead and discard the Vishuddha, special summon Long Yawn, and a token. And since we're not locked into anything, we can go ahead and synchro into our Baron. Omni negate, 3000 attack. It's insane. Cool. And your opponent takes 1200 effect damage burn. So your opponent's already losing. And we have a form of interruption right here. So it's not looking bad. So from here, let's go ahead and banish the Ashuna. So we can special summon Vishuddha. And then from here, we are locked into worms. So we probably just go into Draco. Draco is pretty cool. He's the quick effect, banish. And on top of that, if he attacks an effect monster and destroys it, sends it to the graveyard, he can do a second attack on monsters at battle phase. It's insane. Also gains the attack. It's crazy. So here we got a quick effect monster negate, quick effect army negate. The Monk of the Tinny's out, so if your opponent attacks it and tries to destroy it, you have your Shatana engraved. So what would happen is you can bring back your Monk of the Tinny and then target one of your opponent's monsters and destroy it. It's insane. And then Vishuddha's engraved, so as long as you control Monk of the Tinny, you can go ahead and banish this card from the graveyard and then target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. It's crazy. And then from here, we could actually banish Idhara and add Ashana back to hand. That way we got more cards in hand to work with next turn. It's crazy. All right, last hand I'm gonna showcase for you guys. DD Crow, Tinny, Pot of Desires, Tinny, and Moye. So Moye, you can special summon by revealing a Tinny and a token. The Ashuna, you can banish from the graveyard, special summon Tinny, Pot of Desires, draw 2, and the Vishuddha. So, what I would do first is probably lock myself into Tinnies again. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and summon the Ashuna. Send him to the grave to get out the Monk of the Tinny. And that way we can special summon a material from the grave deck later. Vishuddha, special summon, since we control no effect monsters. Since we control the Tinny, we can go ahead and banish and special summon from the deck. Idhara. We go ahead and synchro into our monster negate Grandmaster. On summon, we can add, if you want to add Blackout, you can add Blackout. That way you can pop 2. You can destroy your Monk of the Tinny with it and then pop 2. It's insane. But I want to get a big boy on board, so let's go for the Long Yawn. From here, we can go ahead and finish the Idhara. Add back the Ashuna from the Banish Zone. So we can go ahead and normal summon Moye. Moye effect, reveal the Tinny, special summon token. And then we go ahead and synchro into... We are locked into worms at this point, so we'll probably just go into Draco. Big guy, not bad. Good form of interruption. When sent to the grave, let's draw a card. Ooh, swordsoul Emergence. Nice. So let's go ahead and use swordsoul Long Yawn's effect. discarding the Ashuna, special summon token, and your opponent takes a 1,200 effect damage burn because of Long Yawn. And then from here you can go into the Long Yawn again, or you can go into this guy who gets pretty big pretty fast. Cool. And also make sure your opponent loses attack power as well. And since we have Pod Desires, he can actually gang like an instant, what is that? 100 attack for every banished card. And his banish is 10. So yeah, it's an extra 1,000. It's insane. Alright, so from here, I'd actually just activate the Pod of Desires and banish 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that way we can get our guy big and beefy. Because now he's sitting at 4,100. Your opponent's monsters are losing 1,000 each. It's insane. And these guys are going to be banishing a card too when they activate their effects, which would trigger his effect to banish 2 more cards from your opponent's side. It's insane. So he just keeps getting stronger, and these guys just keep helping him get stronger, and they trigger him. It's insane. So Shatana is actually pretty good because if they try to destroy our Monk of the Tinny while this is in our hand, we can banish it, bring it back, and then destroy one of our opponent's monsters. It's insane. Call by the Graves really good right now against, you know, like Tear and Sprites. And then DD Crows, GD Crow, really good against Tear. And then we have Soul Sword Emergence. Activate that. And then, you know, grab Long Yawn or Moye. That way you have follow-up for next turn. Thanks for watching, YouTube. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you guys got any comments at all, leave it in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ding the notification bell. That way you guys don't miss out on any future content. Alright, that's all I got for you. Dab out.